about a bumper sandwich, booger lips?
One thing about living in Santa Carla I never could stomach. All the damn vampires. Shut up!
When there's no more room in hell, the dead will walk here.
I don't know what the hell's in there. It's weird and pissed off, whatever it is.
Jason's alive. He killed my friend, now he's coming for me.
Look at me, Damien. It's all for you.
You bastards. Why are you torturing me like this? Why?
Well, I'll tell you. Nobody handles garbage better than we do.
They will say that I have shed innocent blood. What's blood for if not for shedding? With my hook for a hand, I'll split you from your groin to your gullet. I came for you on this week's episode of Give Me Back My Horror Movies. I am Candy Nate, and with me as always is Charlie. Say hello, Charlie.
The Candyman can. Oh wait, that's a different Candyman.
No, that's the happy one. I'm the dark, gritty Batman one.
Oh, Candy Cane, Candy Cane. That's a different one too. That's from Joyride.
It's like, wait a minute. I think that's that scary one. I don't like that one.
Stop it! I don't like that one at all.
Yeah, that was scary. And next to him is Chocolate Pete.
White chocolate Pete, sir.
White chocolate, yeah.
I just like chocolate.
So last night I spray painted candy on the side of one of Charlie's vans. The
Free
cops
candy,
were
right?
here free candy, yeah. The cops will be showing up pretty soon, Charlie.
Look, man, the economy now, I actually had to put candy $1 because I can't do the free candy anymore. It's just...
I got home yesterday and the Clint Howard, the ice cream truck man, drove right past me.
Yeah.
Did he stop? Like, were you waving
No,
him
he had the
down?
music playing and everything, and I think the music said, "Hey, you," and I went, "Oh, do I? Is this my sign to buy ice cream right after work?"
You should have.
I really, if they would have had the Ninja Turtle, like, crooked eyeball.
Yeah, the droopy eye Ninja Turtle.
Yeah. The Ninja Turtle that's had a stroke. If they had that, ooh, man, I'm getting that one.
Every once in a while, you get an upside down head Ninja Turtle one. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Take your medicine, Nate.
Yeah.
Already have, sir.
Are you is that milk you're drinking?
I mean, does McDonald's actually have milk? That's step one.
Is that real?
That's kind of okay. Is it real anything?
Yeah, is there anything real? The fact that this machine was even working is kind of surprising right now.
This is true. Yes, we're all sitting here drinking our breakfast beverages because this is Saturday morning. Playing catch up from Charlie being stuck in a hurricane.
Yeah, when Charlie passed away.
Yeah,
Ridiculous.
when I died.
Thank God.
But yeah,
This
we're covering the
end of
Candyman.
horror month. Yeah.
Oh, he said it.
Bat. See, that's a much better bat noise for the production.
I figured you didn't like my other bats. The real bats.
I was ready to, talk about how it's horror month. Bat. But I was expecting a little bit of an issue of just like beep, 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 beep. And that's
I have that one still, but it was like, no one appreciated how long it took me to catch those bastards and to record them. I was like, I'm getting authentic bats. Also, my phobia of bats. So I was like, why were we going to play the thing that I'm afraid of? You might as well ask me to play circus music for clowns.
They're cute little puppies with wings.
They're sky puppies. I love them.
Yeah,
they are.
There's a bat convention going on today in Columbus.
Have you been face to face with a bat before?
Not face to face. Well, at the zoo. Does the zoo count?
No, it doesn't.
There's a glass barrier and they're all upside down.
Remember Ace Ventura when nature calls? That's me. Okay.
Oh, with the guano?
That's me with the bat, where he has to carry the bat out of the hut. I don't like bats. We've been over this. I don't like them, and now I have to live with
Bat?
Oh, but yes, we are covering. I guess we could call this a biggin.
Yeah,
This is a
I
big
mean,
one.
this is
Mhm.
definitely one of the big slashers. Because I think the right time for a lot of us, like for me, as a kid, Candyman terrified me because this thought of being able to say his name 5 times in the mirror, just like Bloody Mary,
Mhm.
and then the playground rumors that spread. That's what this was.
Oh, 100%.
Simple as that. So
Well,
I think we should play the trailer first, and then we
Yeah.
get on into our history with this delicious Candyman.
Have you ever heard of Candyman? And if you look in the mirror, and you say his name 5 times.
In cities everywhere,
Candyman?
they whisper his name.
Right. Candyman.
It's just a story.
Candyman?
Candyman.
Just a ghost story.
Candyman.
An entire community starts attributing the daily horrors of their lives to a mythical figure.
The legend first appeared in 1890. He was attacked, mutilated, and burned to death. Poor Candyman.
Helen, a woman died in there. Leave it.
Everyone knows he isn't real.
That's modern oral folklore.
Everyone. Except Helen Lyle.
Burn it up.
It ain't safe around here. I don't scare too easy. Wanna know about Ruthie Jean? They ain't never gonna catch him. Who? Candyman.
Who is that?
I came for you.
Do I know you?
Now she is about to discover
Helen? Get out! Get out!
what's behind the mystery.
I'm sick.
What's behind the legend.
Listen, he's under the bed!
And most terrifying of all,
Come with me.
what's behind the mirror.
He's here.
Candyman, you don't have to believe. Just beware.
Scurry.
Good Lord, Tony Todd's voice is so awesome.
I was trying to figure out if that was Tony Todd doing the voiceover
I don't
or
think
someone
so.
trying to do a Tony Todd. I think it was a
Well,
Tony
like in the
Tony Todd trying to be Tony Todd.
in
the
the
trailer.
trailer.
Yeah.
But it was somebody trying to do that Candyman voice.
trying to do a menacing horror voiceover. And you could tell in the movie too, there's probably some reverb put on his voice itself, but
Just
for the like
of enhancement, yeah.
some enhancements. But anyone that's seen Tony Todd in anything else, like the Final Destination movies, the dude just has a deep baritone voice.
Have you met him? I met him at a
I've never met
convention.
him.
Yeah, he's almost as tall as Charlie is.
I think we're the same height. We're both 6'5".
6'5".
Yeah, I was gonna say he's a tall dude,
an enormous man, and just the friendliest guy. He's got the biggest smile, and he's not. He does. His voice is his voice. I mean, that's just how he talks. He's like, "Hello, I'm Tony Todd." It's, Jesus Christ! It's what,
Don't be scared of me, children.
I'm not a terrifying person. Come sit by me to shake my hand, and then he shakes your hand, and then it wraps around your hand 3 times. It's just he's an enormous man, but it was a pleasure to meet. I saw him like 2 summers ago at a convention in Indianapolis, so that was a pleasure to meet him.
Nice, that's awesome. So, Pete, what's your history with Candyman, sir?
I saw this in the theater. I was
oh wow.
Was I a senior? And was this a summer release? I forget.
I 92. I was 4.
Right.
Yeah, I was 12.
Okay. Well, this I did see this in the theater, and I think I saw it before I went off to college. So it was one of those The boys and I went out. We had cars and driver's license, and we ran over and saw this movie in the theater. And we were all big horror fans as high schoolers. So this one came out, and we walked out of it going, "Holy shit, that's up there." It was one of the scariest movies we had seen to date, and I'll stand by that. This is a frightening film on a lot of levels, not just on the surface, and it's got a really low body count. Boy, it was this. This is a. I don't watch this a lot, but I'm always happy when I do. So maybe I'll make it part of the regular rotation anymore. I think it's a great film.
Nice. Charlie, what's your history with Candyman?
So, yeah, I was 12 when this came out, so I don't think I was running off to the theater to watch this. I want to say I was 16, 17 by the time I really wanted to like broaden my horror knowledge and watch some more
Horizons.
Yeah, Horizons. And I remember renting this and watching it, and I remember liking it. I remember that it's weird. I've always known about Candyman, and Nate kind of touched on this earlier. Even when I was younger, Candyman kind of seeped into the minds of kids, even though
He's
we've
real.
never seen it. Yeah.
It's like weird.
It actually became an urban legend then.
It became
neat.
It became an urban legend. It definitely took over Bloody Mary. And I remember doing Bloody Mary, and then all of a sudden it turned into Candyman. So even if kids had never seen it, we were all talking about it, as in hushed tones and stuff.
Sure.
So when I watched this, I remember liking it. I remember it being pretty visually brutal. I don't think I've ever seen this movie since then. I watched it last night going, I don't remember shit.
Nice.
Like, I saw glimpses of things where I was like, oh, I kind of remember that, but I totally forgot about Virginia Madsen being in this.
Yep. Who's fantastic in this.
She is wonderful.
Love her to death.
God.
And I mean, I know her from Highlander 2, obviously, the greatest movie.
Oh,
ever
yes,
made.
definitely. Of the Highlander sequels, definitely the highlight.
So yeah, I watched this last night, but I was like, I have no memory of the movie as a whole. And then there was stuff like, what am I forgetting? Because I've always said I've never seen the sequels, but I read up on them, and I think possibly I'm blending part 2 and part 1 together.
Oh,
because I swore they show how he became Candyman in the first one, and they don't. They do it in the second one.
Yep.
Well,
and I was like,
they go through it.
Well, they go through it, but they visually show you in part 2.
Yeah, part 2
they actually reenact it, and they kind of change it up slightly.
They do. Yeah. So I wanted to say, because I know I've never seen part 3, and I've never seen. I had always been calling it the remake. Apparently, the new movie is not a remake.
It is not a remake.
It is a legit sequel.
It is a sequel, yeah.
So
with the only connective tissue is the mystery or the urban legend of Candyman himself. It's Virginia Madsen's not in it.
She is.
Oh, is she?
Her and Tony Todd are in it.
Well, Tony
Todd is. I guess
Virginia Madsen.
But it's
when I say she's in it, they use her. She recorded a lines.
Okay, that's right.
It's been a minute since I've watched it. I want to rewatch it after.
I need
watching
to
this
after watching this last night, and we'll get into my thoughts on this as we go. But I definitely want to watch it now. I'm a little bit more intrigued, but
it's very good.
I will leave it at this. What I thought the movie was not what I watched last night. So I'll leave it at that for right now.
So
Nate, what about you?
So glad you mentioned that. So my first official viewing of this, I got the best of both worlds of you guys. Was in a movie theater.
Nice.
So about 5 years ago,
4 years old.
Yeah, at 4 years old.
Damn it, Grandma!
Now Nate is all fucked up all the time.
Nate fell asleat.
Nate fell asleep at some point, but then I
Candyman.
woke up and there was bees. And he was making out with bees. So it was about 5 years ago. It was my first Valentine's Day with Fawn. They were showing Candyman at the local independent theater Gateway here in Columbus.
Oh, awesome.
And they were giving away Valentine cards as well with like a local artist that drew Candyman. I have them somewhere around here. I just have to find them because they were great.
See these. You got to post that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, it was one of those like, we should go see Candyman. It'll be great. And we're about 20 minutes into the film and I'm going, I've never seen this before. I've never seen this in its entirety. I remember like the parking garage scene and like the talking and like bits and pieces, but I think that's from seeing clips over the years, of watching just horror documentaries and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to say because of that fear of as a kid, because I was legitimately like terrified of Candyman. It has Clive Barker, so it kind of fits the same thing where it's like I was terrified of Pinhead as a kid. Because Hellraiser 3, I think, was like the first one I watched, which, funny enough, is like the dumb one.
Yeah.
But as a kid, it scared me. So, like, in the theater and in experiencing this, I was just like, holy shit. There's a lot of great things here and some stuff that's a little rough around the edges that, like, could be improved upon, but, like, it's got a solid foundation. And instantly just fell in love with the movie. And just like, it's a good adult horror movie, kind of like Jacob's Ladder, if that makes sense. This isn't just, yes, it's a slasher character. So when I was making my list, I went and watched part 2 because I was like, I don't think I've ever seen part 2 or 3 at this point.
I haven't.
I watched part 2. It's terrible. Like,
no.
But Tony Todd is phenomenal in it. So like, it's not a waste of your time. It's just, it tries to have the same tone that part 1 has, but it just doesn't. And just unnecessary showing the backstory and stuff like that. I want to watch part 3 now, just to see if it's like, oh, that's even worse than part 2, but Tony Todd elevates it.
Yeah. Tony Todd does not like part 3. I read that.
I know that like it was made even later on, like
it was direct to video.
Yeah.
They made the movie, and before they released it, they found out Sony still owned the property, and no one reached out to them about it. So they had to like scramble, and they got a hold of Sony, and Sony's like, "Yeah, we don't give a shit. Go ahead." They so didn't want to be involved that they were just like, "Go ahead. We don't care." And it went straight to video.
We dodged a bullet there.
It's on HBO right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm gonna try 3. I might go rewatch 2, but I'm definitely gonna rewatch.
So 2 is the definite like Candyman is the slasher. Like it takes that route. It just fails on all the levels that like part 1 achieves with. Like,
I like that they moved it to New Orleans.
It goes to New Orleans. Yeah.
Which I feel kind of fits the urban-y legend kind of,
New Orleans is a spooky place.
Aesthetic. Yeah.
Yeah. Like
to me, it kind of works better. Then again, I've also watched all the movies that are based out of, Louisiana,
New Orleans.
New Orleans. And yeah, he reminds me of I think it's Tony Todd that does the voice of, it's a Disney movie. The frog one.
It's either Tony Todd or it's Keith David.
It might be Keith David.
One of them with the thunderous, just that voice.
One of those glorious voices.
But it has he has like Candyman vibes.
Yeah.
In that movie as that character. But I don't know. I didn't mind this being set in Chicago. I kind of like the aesthetic.
I think it's a cool setting.
The idea in Chicago because of where they were. That whole Gambrinus Green.
Well, the whole idea of like the projects, and it has a lot of social political commentary to it.
100%. That was on purpose.
That 2019 does as well perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
the disparity between the haves and the have-nots, and the project that was created for lower income people to live and thrive, and they're completely ignored. They're forgotten about. The building is in disrepair at best. I liked how it
even
wasn't full of drugs and gangbanging and all that. It wasn't full of that.
no,
These
it's just
people were,
poverty.
it's just poverty. These people are trying to get by, and they've been forgotten by their city.
Yeah.
And sadly that's exactly what Cabrini Green was. It
And
was, and some of it still exists today.
it works pretty well as being a ghost story too, of his origins being his ashes were scattered where the building was built. So now you have it towards like this entity is a known force from the 1890s, and this is to 1990, so 100 years
Yeah,
of,
yeah,
you know, this legend being able to grow and spread, kind of like Freddy Krueger, where it's like just the knowing about him gives him his power.
and they
So
touch on that a lot. Like
yes.
he mentions he has a congregation, and it gives him power. Oops. Well, Charlie just died on us again, and he's back now. Yay! So let me see if I can remember where I was. Anyway, what was
I'm
I
back.
saying, Nate?
Yeah.
Oh, so
Well, we were talking about
he was-
areas like the Chicago urban area and how they've like pushed people. Because I was trying to say, as
Right.
I died apparently. They just get kind of pushed off to the corner and ignored, out of sight, out of mind. And that happens in most major
a
cities.
lot of major cities. They're the forgottens. It's sad.
And it really lays it out in this one where when Virginia Madison's character realizes, and she's like, hey, like, take a look. This was the original site, but then they realized you could see the what's she called, like the golden light, where it's like you could see like all of the wealth, and they're like, well, we couldn't have that, so then they had to remove where the Candyman's location is for essentially the projects, like the ghetto to be built upon.
And well, yeah, it's like they're surrounded by, because even Virginia Madison, I think, talks about where she lives was the type of buildings that the projects are in, because it's built the same, but she just happens to be like
her
where
friends like, well, how much did you pay for this place? That she's like, you don't want to know.
I don't want to know now, because it would sound like a bargain compared to today prices
in downtown Chicago.
And what's cool is, I know you haven't seen the Legacy sequel, Charlie, but like it still touches upon this type of stuff because you're still dealing with a wealthy artist in that one.
Yeah, I like I said, I'm gonna watch it. I do. So this is three white guys talking about this stuff, so you guys are just gonna have to be kind of patient with us as we try to tread over this. But I did work in Columbus in the Section 8 homes.
Oh boy.
Which is very similar, although you'd be surprised how widespread the Section 8 homes were in Columbus.
There's some really bad areas.
Yeah.
And now a lot of it's changed.
There's areas they've been throwing money, but then it's just like what this movie touches upon. We're just trying to push out, because it's like, well, this was a bad area. Now we're going to throw a bunch of money at it and then rebuild it.
Gentrification is the thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
I have some actual personal experience with this type of, I don't want to say it's gentrification exactly, but it's really, really close. So I was getting, and that was one thing I was watching this movie and I'm like, is this stereotyping, or is this telling a story about their plight? You know,
it's definitely telling a story.
And I took it more that direction. Although there are some people that are like, yeah, this is kind of bullshit and you're stereotyping us. But then there's other people that are like, no, this is telling a story that people need to know. It's very divisive.
That's why the sequel works so well. The recent sequel, because it continues that trend. And stuff that's topical in this in 1992 is still topical in 2024. And that's the things that, you have to like recognize and acknowledge. Now, one thing that always drives me nuts is like, I've only been to Chicago once, but it's a great city. I loved it. And so when anyone like disparages, I'm like, nah, Chicago's a very, it's a big, cool ass city. I want to spend more time there than what little bit that we had there, because there's some cool ass stuff there.
I was gonna say, the more you stay there, though, you're probably gonna eventually
probably
find
you're gonna
what
see
they're talking.
the
I had
that's
that
with anything. Like,
dude, that happened with me in Cleveland. You can go up into Cleveland and be like, "Wow, this is actually a lot better than people say," and you go down one wrong road, and you're like,
Yeah.
"What the fuck?" And I'm not saying in a bad area. We literally turned a road in Cleveland, and there's nothing. It's nothing but abandoned buildings everywhere.
Vegas,
wild.
all the glitz and glory, and then you have all the underground people. That's a very real thing where that's like its
No, it
own
really is.
tent city, basically, that's under the city. So it doesn't matter. This happens everywhere just due to greed, essentially.
Yeah, no, it's 100% right, and it is something that
greed and immorality.
Yes.
I don't think greed and morality could ever be in the same.
No, they don't go hand
context.
in hand.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Not saying you're wrong. I was just agreeing with you, Pete. That you just cannot have one with the other.
I think that's what works so well with this movie, though, is you do have these two college grads, post grads, who are very, technically well off, and they're visiting this apartment complex.
They got a lot of balls walking in there.
They do.
Yeah, that kind of caught me a little bit.
Yeah.
She's like, "Don't worry, they just think we're cops." It's like, that's not the right answer either.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't want them thinking I'm a cop running around there. I mean, it was just kind of, I get it, but also I was having issue with them just being able to traipse around. And I know
it kind of comes with that cockiness,
That
untouchableness.
White bravado.
Exactly.
I'm white.
And even though
you can't touch me,
I was glad
my skin
watching
is a
it
shield.
that they didn't play on the fact that her friend was black and she was using that as a token card to get around the area. I was glad they weren't doing that. Like even she is like, I don't even need to be here.
The movie's just smart in that it isn't one big walking stereotype. Like, it's just like, no, these, like anyone else. It's just
story
these are people
in a certain area of a big city, and it's a harsh reality versus sticking out like a sore thumb as a stereotype.
It's so, and that's about the aesthetic of this, but let's dig into the story of what's going on in the movie here. So being as I had this entirely different thought process of what Candyman was, I had thoughts that he was a tragic character. Not so much that, yes, what happened to him originally was supposed to be tragic, but I kind of was like, why is he killing innocent people? Why does he make that comment where he is not like vengeance for the wrongdoings his people have endured? It was, I'm just going to fucking kill everyone and feed off of their fear. And I was like, I don't have that predication in my brain that that's what the Candyman was about. I thought the Candyman was almost like a savior to, people that were brought up from, that ancestry, but it's not.
Like, no, like the whole
protecting them. He's
that whole apartment complex
demon.
Is terrified of him.
Yeah.
Because they all have grown up generations of this tale of what happened to this poor slave, and then the repercussions that has happened in the area, and the fact that their foundation where they live is built upon his remains, his spirit. And I think that's all really good horror storytelling.
I agree. It was just, I guess I was putting a narrative that we're kind of used to in other
that we're
movies.
used to, because he always gets thrown into the Jasons, the Michael Myers, the Freddy camp with just like, well, he's got a hook for a hand and he goes around and stabs people. It's like, oh, there's a little bit more to it than just that.
He's definitely a deeper character.
Yeah, way deeper than the fellows you just mentioned. But much like Freddy Krueger, he does feed off of the fear of that area.
Yes.
Yeah,
He
I got that for
he
sure.
says to Virginia Madison, like, "Come with me, we will be immortal together."
Well,
These
it was
people,
almost like we'll remind them who I am and who you are.
Because
they will remember us for 1,000 years. They will
Yeah.
paint us on 1,000 walls. Our the atrocities that we will commit will be talked about, and we will grow in strength because it's kind of like a worship, like just like Freddy Krueger. He feeds off of, or the
I
later
got that
Freddy Krueger,
vibe.
he feeds off of
Really, yeah.
that fear.
And
That fear makes him stronger, and I really thought that was very interesting. It was almost a love story where he was wooing Virginia Madison.
That's
to
what I
join
love.
him as his bride,
Yeah.
so to speak. And at the very end, she
You
becomes
find
that
out.
bride.
Well, you also find out that she's like, this was the one small tropey thing, was she looked like the woman that he had the relationship
Mhm.
with that
Mhm.
got him
Yeah.
killed.
Mhm.
So I was like, okay, that definitely makes more sense.
But
I got
he's-
total vibes of like Beauty and the Beast for some reason.
Oh, yeah,
towards
okay.
the end
Oh
of this
yeah,
movie.
definitely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not the
He's
Disney version.
definitely an asshole though, because he's like, you're
definitely the beauty,
making
and she's the beast.
you're making a mockery of me with your story and just kind of lump me in with these urban legends, and I am so much more than that.
Yeah.
And because of you making a mockery of me, I am going to make your life a living hell. And that's what I think is kind of interesting with this movie. You could almost play it up where it's not Candyman doing the killing, it's her and just
Damn
her
it, Nate.
losing her mind.
Damn it, Nate. That's,
know?
I was going to make that argument. Like, is Candyman real, or
Is he
she
real?
completely is
Well,
she the psycho?
They play with you a little bit at the beginning when they reveal that it's not Candyman doing these recent murders.
Right.
It was literally some guy running around in the guise of the Candyman
With the hook.
He had
He
the hook.
kind of took over as like not a mob boss, but like
he was a gang leader.
He's-
That's
he's a
kind of
gang
what I
leader.
exactly.
took it as.
That
But
he
He's also
could
a red herring.
he used the fear of the urban legend to his advantage.
To control his
Also,
government.
watching this last night, and I'm like, you know what? I am so fucking tired of everyone right now currently all talking about Terrifier killing kids in this newest movie. I was like, motherfucker, we've been killing kids since the 70s and 80s. Like, there is a child mutilated in this movie. I don't think they technically say the kid dies, but the little kid that gets his wangdoodle cut off in the bathroom, they show the aftermath in this movie. And I was kind of like, that caught me off guard. And I'm like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
They attribute it to the Candyman, but we find out it's the actual guy that's doing this. But I was like, this is 92. They fucking showed a kid getting mutilated basically in this movie. Shut the fuck up about killing kids in movies.
And
they're not safe.
This movie also introduces us to the one, the only, the ultimate bad boy.
Oh my
Ted
God.
Raimi. I'm talking greaser, leather jacket, Ted Raimi. How you doing, baby? He might as well have like had a Marlboro Reds rolled up in his white shirt sleeve.
Oh, he was like he was pulled straight out of The Outsiders, Nate. I couldn't even
he
tell.
needs to be on a motorcycle and ride off into the sunset.
Oh my goodness.
Who cast that?
What a reveal.
A genius.
Who did Sam Raimi bribe to get his brother the role of bad boy?
It's like when George Costanza was a bad boy in Seinfeld. Like, you gotta stay away from him. He's dangerous. And it's just him in a denim jacket.
I love Ted Raimi, but my God, as if this isn't the most miscast of roles.
Oh, yeah,
I've
it
ever
definitely.
seen.
If anything, the one thing I remember in theaters, though, is when Ted popped up on the screen, the whole audience cheered. We were all excited that Ted popped up. So it's one of those things. You always get excited when you see him, even though this one is the complete opposite of what you think about him.
It is. It is so wild. Pete put it in the again. I hadn't watched this movie in a very, very long time, and Pete was messaging us going, "Is Ted Raimi really a bad boy?" And I'm like, "What the fuck is he watching? Like, what is he talking about?" And then the movie starts, and I went, "Oh no!"
Now, I will say, I think I've had a Mandela effect happen to me because I
Oh.
could have sworn that Ted Raimi got a hook into the back of his head and it popped out of his mouth in this movie.
That was probably a different movie.
It could have been. I started Googling like every Ted Raimi death. Like, he's never been killed that way. I'm like, all right, then what the hell am I thinking of? Because
Right.
I could have sworn up and down he was the first victim in this movie. And when they say that he just lost his mind from the girl that he was hooking up with getting killed by the Candyman and that blood coming down from the ceiling, I was like, that's not at all how I remember this, like, whatsoever. So I've been Mandela affected.
I was really hoping because they say that it scared him so bad, his hair turned white.
I wanted to see it.
That's what happened to Bruce Campbell at the end of Evil Dead 2.
Yeah,
I was hoping we'd get
scared so bad.
similar
And that was actually something that was bugging me a little bit in here was they don't show you a lot in this movie.
This movie has great sound. The sound effects in this movie, the score is fantastic. The score is it's so haunting and creepy.
It's top tier. I mean, 100%.
But every time you hear that hook going into someone, the flesh tearing, the bone snapping, just the noises that people are making is horrific.
It is, but we're also, again, I was going in with preconceived notions. I knew this was a Clive Barker story. Not that he directed it or anything, but I think he was at least producer or something.
So he wrote the original story. Bernard Rose wrote the screenplay and directed it, but he still did the story by Clive did.
Yeah.
Which is always...
Clive wrote this as being in England. Like he
the
totally
original
had a
story is
different
set in London.
Yeah,
which makes sense. He's from the UK.
Yeah.
You know,
well, he was not. Candyman was a white guy too.
I thought he was a black guy in the original story.
In Clive's story, he was a white man with a red beard. He really wanted him to be called the Candyman because he looked like the embodiment of candy almost.
Okay.
You know, very almost think candy,
like a
cane.
peppermint candy.
Yeah, something like that.
Or like candy apple with that
Bernard
red beard,
is the one who really kind of transformed Candyman into what we know now, which I think is the obviously the better move.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think Clive is like totally fine with the direction it went. But that was something where I was like, you say Clive Barker, I immediately think Hellraiser, which was not shy of the gore. And then I watched this movie going, okay, the first one I get. The first one was, tease me a little bit. Tease me as this movie goes. I did want to see Ted Raimi with white hair, especially when they mention it again from the boy that gets his, mutilated, and they talk about this big, Jake, the kid, is telling the story, and he goes, this real tough guy. He's like, I'll go find out what's going on. And he walks in, and 5 seconds later comes out and his hair was all white. Show me the visual of that. I want to see the fear someone experienced as they walk out. And then the kills, other than, okay, the one everyone remembers was okay, but I wanted to see the flesh tear. I wanted to see that hook go from groin to gullet, not the aftermath.
See, to me, I like it's the show don't tell aspect to it because it just makes it so haunting. But it also plays into what Pete and I were talking about. Like, is Candyman actually killing, or is it Virginia Madison's character? There are scenes in horror that are iconic. The chest burster popping out is one of the greatest horror scenes of all time. I put her waking up and just covered in blood and not knowing what happened. It's chilling. I think that is such a fantastic horror scene. You hear the screaming in the background, and you as an audience member are also like, wait, this bitch was just in the damn parking garage, and her and Tony Todd were flirting it up. Whoa, what the fuck just happened?
Oh, you're disoriented
and
as
then
fuck.
You're just as disoriented as her because now and the blood is a thick red syrupy, and I love that. And her reaction, Virginia Madsen's acting is so fantastic because she's just like, whoa, what happened?
Is
what
this my
happened?
blood? And she even pulls up her shirt to look,
and
look
it's
at
just
her, at her
more
stomach.
blood.
It's more blood,
then,
but she's not. She's
she's not hurt. She sees the dog. Good Lord, that's the
she
bloodiest
and that's the
scene
thing.
in this
Opening
movie.
the door, and then you see this Rottweiler's head decapitated, all this blood, and now you're hearing the screaming even louder. And it's one of the women that lives in the building.
It's
her
the
baby,
mom.
Marie Sue, something like that. That we met earlier. But and it's just chaos. She is freaking out because her son Anthony is gone. At first you're thinking
crib is full of blood.
The crib's full of blood. You see blood everywhere. Then the realization of all that blood is the dog. She bled that dog out like there was a fight.
The dumb mistake of picking up the meat cleaver to like, no, what's happening? I don't know what's happening. And then the mom is just like,
she hears screams.
You psycho bitch! What the hell?
Hits her in the arm. That blood spurt was actually really cool.
Oh, it's great.
Whenever she hits the one lady, the mom,
and it's that perfect setup of when the cops burst in, making it because she's now trying to hold the woman whose baby's been kidnapped down, and she's got the meat cleaver in her hand, and it's like,
it totally
this looks like a woman
is
about to murder someone, and she doesn't even remember doing the killing of the dog, or was it Candyman? And that movie walks the fine line of this.
It may just be me and the time we live in now. I fully expected when she gets up off of the mom and the mom's still like panicking and she lunges towards her, but also towards the cops. I thought they were going to shoot her.
I without a doubt
was expecting that
the white person would survive and the black woman would be killed, the victim,
but they don't.
They don't.
And I'm glad they didn't. But man, for a split second, I was waiting to hear gunshots go off.
But then it's the next scene. It just escalates this like hauntingness of her. Virginia Madsen is just acting her ass off. She's crying, covered in blood, and you have the cop going, "Take off your sweater, take off your bra," and she's like, "Can I please just get clean?" And like her whole skin is covered in blood as well. Like. To me, it is all just chef's kiss horror perfection.
I love how she throws her sweater over and it just kind of plop on the
dude. It's so nasty.
The sound is so gross. Like,
I read that she requested because she was okay doing that shot, but she requested the lady cop that's in there is actually a really, really good friend of hers. And she's like, I'll feel more comfortable doing this scene with someone I'm comfortable around. And I was like, okay, that makes sense. But man, the actress that plays the cop, she's just so deadpan. What you expect the cops to be
That's
like.
exactly what you would think. Like,
I don't care.
Not sympathetic.
I love the detective was my biggest like, oh wow. Because when she gets attacked by the fake Candyman, which is fucking brutal. They beat the shit out of her.
Mm-hmm. I mean, her black eye, it's so
it looked
closed, swollen. Yeah. And her putting on the sunglasses to like, it's like, yeah, no, that's exactly what someone would do to hide that, the entire right side of their face has been bashed in.
The detective Frank is so sympathetic to her at that moment where he's like, we're sorry this happened to you. They even make the social commentary of Virginia Madsen telling her friend, like, this guy, they've known about this guy murdering people forever, but it took them beating up a white woman for them to do anything. I was like, that was awesome. But the flip when she is caught in this murder scene or whatever you want to call it, this attempt, the kidnapping that ends up being, that she's sitting in there being interrogated and Frank walks in because she's like, where's Frank? I need to talk to him. And he fucking walks in and he is just like, fuck you, bitch.
Yeah.
That whole,
you have no sympathy for me now. Like,
it shifted. He's like, you have the right to remain silent.
Do you
understand? I'm like,
do you want counsel?
Honestly, it's such a simple thing, but his acting, I was like, I love this.
He's a fantastic supporting character.
There's no bad actors in here except for fucking Trevor. Fuck that guy. Oh God, dude. I have issues with Trevor in this movie.
We'll get to that part later on.
I hate Trevor.
Yeah, Trevor's a
You're
piece of
supposed
shit.
to though, so did
Yeah.
you do a good job acting.
But I didn't really care for the actor either. I was just
That's also, I fucking hate these pricky little college people that, I'm better than you. And Virginia Madison, when they're at dinner with her friend and they're talking about the Legend of Candyman, and Virginia Madison's like, my story is going to blow your story out of the water. And he went, ho, 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 ho. Do you even know the story of Candyman? How could you even? Yes, do you know? How could you possibly blow my story out of the water then?
We're talking about stereotypes today too. This is completely an academic stereotype.
1,000%.
So
yes.
I'd say they're stereotyping academics more than they are the black community.
I thought for sure that was going to be Penn from Penn and Teller, that you could have easily swapped those two out, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was him or that British dude from V for Vendetta that runs the television programming that gets in trouble later in the movie.
Oh, yeah.
You guys haven't watched that in a while, have you?
It's been a long time.
It's been a long time. I've only seen that one once.
It's almost the 5th of November.
It is, and that's when we're supposed to put on the masks and hack websites, right?
I just watch V for Vendetta. That's all I do.
I haven't watched it since it came out, truthfully.
Yeah.
Really? I watched it in the
it's
theater.
been a long time.
I saw it in the theater.
I've never read the graphic novel either.
Oh, it's pretty good. You can get it from the library, you know.
Stop it. You want to talk about academic assholes? Go to the library.
I was gonna say DC's actually doing this new thing where they sell like miniature graphic novels for $10. That way, people of lower income can afford classic graphic novel stories. So like Batman Hush, V for Vendetta. There's some other ones like classic storylines where the whole graphic novel is only $10, and it's the size of like your standard Blu-ray.
Oh, very cool.
I looked through some like this is cool.
Like those old Archie books you get at the grocery store.
It's meant for like, those families that can't afford like the $25 full graphic novel size. But let's launch the old stories that they've already made their money off of, but at an affordable $10 price point. I think it's genius. Like seeing it at the comic book store the other day, I was like, this is cool. Like I already own some of these, but like I kind of want one.
Because Nate's not lower income. Nate's all hoity-toity.
No. See, money. Nate's what we call old poor. And what old poor means is we buy our stuff from the thrift store, used bookstores, eBay, where it's $5 and it says condition, beat up, or very used, but it's a free shipping or $1 shipping. You go, you mean to tell me I can get the whole Watchmen for like $6? Bye.
Nate straight up
old poor.
Always has a reference to Always Sunny in Philadelphia. We're the old poor.
Yeah. These new poor people don't know what to do with themselves.
All right, it's time for commercial, boys.
You are watching the USA Network.
Just how drunk are we gonna get?
Welcome to Good Beer, Bad Movie Night, where each month we drink finely crafted brews while watching terrible films in order to see just how drunk you have to get to enjoy them. So tune in and join Troy.
Kilroy Kreitz.
Oh, that was pretty good.
Thank you.
Dave.
I have the weirdest boner.
And Pete. IPAs are ales, meaning they are bottom fermented. Excuse me, they are top fermented. I that up. Try that again. As we drag Kathleen,
Hear me.
kicking and screaming through an alcohol-fueled podcast dedicated to movies of questionable quality and the frosty adult beverages that help make them tolerable. Good Beer, Bad Movie Night. Clearly, it's the beer's fault.
Just when you thought you were safe, the terror continues with another chilly tale tonight on USA Network's Saturday Nightmares.
Hey, Charlie.
Yeah,
Weren't you supposed to play a Surge commercial?
Oh, heaven's sakes.
Did we say I was supposed to?
I remember specifically say, man, we should really add a Surge commercial to our rotation.
Oh, my bad. I'll see what I can do later.
I see what happens in the month of horror.
But
Just a little delay there. That's all right.
Regular.
They
American
wouldn't know there's a
podcaster.
delay if you wouldn't bring it up. I can edit it out.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about. Editing.
During month
there
of
goes the
action,
net.
I controlled the eagle button because I can know what I'm getting ready to
Because
say.
you knew,
Hit
but
the
you
button.
should be able to read my mind at this point after 3 years of
No one
podcasting.
can- no
we
one
should
can
be
read
like
my mind.
in sync with one another.
Bye,
I
bye,
don't-
bye. Oh, wait. no,
Bye
no.
bye.
But
He knew I was thinking it right there, though. He knew. See? So we're
Oh, my
talking
God.
about the kills. One of the ones I also think is fantastic is her best friend getting killed. Because once again, you don't see it. but
I
that
wanna see
sound
it, damn it!
design is so effective, but you see the aftermath, and it's brutal.
Yeah, but
awful.
I'm totally fine leading up to a big reveal kill. I think the best friend should have been that.
I can
that
see that because that would have been heartbreaking to see.
Mhm.
exactly.
But it's also playing the line of, is it Candyman or is it her doing the killing?
Yes.
Because once again, the cops let her out on bail. It's like, hey, we can't, keep you in jail yet. She does come from wealth. And then she instantly kills again. So now you got to think all these cops are like, son of a bitch. We should just kept her locked up the entire time. Now,
damn justice system fails.
it always fails. And that's why we need Batman. That's the moral of the story there.
But okay.
But towards the end of the movie, at the very end of the movie with Trevor, because he's a piece of shit.
Fuck
He's,
Trevor. I was on
he's
to that
an
son of a
old-
bitch
He's
immediately.
an old college professor who's hooked up with one of his students. And of
Yeah.
course, once his girlfriend is away, his wife, because they're married, right?
They're married.
Yeah.
Yeah. So once his wife is locked up in the mental asylum, what's he do? He hooks up with a student again.
Oh, he
goes
he's been
with
hooking
the
up with that chick
Yeah.
forever.
He's been
Right.
going with the younger, hotter one that doesn't even wear a bra. They make sure that
well,
you're
I was
aware that
I was okay
oh,
about that. That was
she
fine.
is the hot replacement student who's like what, a year younger probably.
Right,
But they
right.
really play that up.
Yeah.
But
So
when
Virginia
he-
Madison is one of his students originally, right? That's
Yes.
kind of
Yeah,
what I
because she's
took
a
it as.
post grad student now.
She's post grad. So now she married
She's
her
working on a
professor.
doctorate.
Yep.
And then they make that coy comment about,
Which is
she didn't
clear-
want to look me in the eye or something like that when she walks by. And I went, oh, yeah, he's fucking her.
Mhm.
And then as the movie keeps going, they play up the 3 a.m. phone call. He's not home. He's fucking her. And now, but he's like, I'm going to stand beside you. I'm there. He goes, he gets her, he takes care of her, all this other shit. And I'm just like, you piece of shit.
He's dog
Fucking that
shit.
girl. And then when she is in the asylum, we find out for a month. This is my biggest issue right here. So the best friend dies, which we just talked about. They take her back to jail, put her in the asylum.
Yes. they
She
put for
she
criminal-
breaks out, which we'll jump back to that in a second.
Oh shit.
Oh
But
yeah, we
she
got
go-
to.
She
Uh-huh.
goes back home to find Trevor, and this chick is like repainting the entire apartment. On who the fuck stays in the condo
Where
where
you're-
someone was brutally fucking murdered
Trevor.
by
That's who.
potentially your
Trevor does.
wife, and y'all act like if I paint the walls pink, it all goes away. And I'm like, you are the dumbest motherfucker I've ever seen in my entire life. You are I can't wait for you to die because I knew it was gonna.
Uh-huh.
And I really wish the chick would have died. But there's also, I have an idea what's going on there
Yeah, me
at
too.
the end of the movie.
Yes.
It's not even a good pink. It's Pepto. Pink.
No, it's
Ew, it was
gross.
Pepto.
Yeah.
It's
Who paints the
medicine
kitchen
pink.
Pepto?
Yeah,
I love when she picks up the 5-gallon bucket and throws it on this. I hate this
Yeah.
color. Throws it on there. I was like,
And this scene is just wonderful. Virginia Madsen walks into this apartment, and the girlfriend turns around and immediately
immediate pain.
Ghost White.
Great actor. Great actress.
She falls off her like step ladder that she's on, like backs into a corner, like yelling
She
for
doesn't
Trevor.
Scream. She cowers, and it's
Yeah.
This whole scene is wonderful.
'Cause she knows
How
she's been
there's-
caught.
There's
But
this
here-
tension in the room where what is Virginia Madsen going to do?
But this is my other issue with Trevor at this moment is this dude's got no fucking balls.
No. She
is unarmed,
mm-hmm.
but he is terrified just as much as his girlfriend is of Virginia Madison standing there. I'm like, she doesn't have a fucking knife. You're a foot taller than her. I mean, I know I look at myself and I'd be like, yeah, okay, I can literally pick her up with one arm. But Trevor is like terrified, where she's even like doing like the fake out, lunge at him, and he kind of jumps a little bit. I'm like, you are spineless,
he's such a
slimy
that he
piece
tells his
of
girlfriend
shit.
to call the hospital.
Yeah, he's like, you make the call.
Right.
And then he's trying to be like negotiator. And she's like, nah, I'd appreciate if you let me know that I don't live in my own fucking house.
Yeah. Tackle her, knock her down, anything, overpower her. Not Trevor. Not this little slimy piece of shit.
I think it's her presence as she's standing there staring daggers into his
soul. She's nailing this role. 100%.
Because if she did not kill her best friend, she was ready to kill him. Like
she was going to kill Trevor.
That was the one justification kill. And when Trevor gets it at the very end, and then the knife goes into new girlfriend's hand, that's when it plays into like, oh, well, maybe it is Candyman doing all these killings. Like, because you got that one, but then you also go back to the psych ward where you have the, I don't know what to call him, like the therapist, the psychologist. Yeah, like he's talking to Virginia Madison, and she's like, I can summon him. I can summon Candyman. And he's like, why don't you do that? And she says his name 5 times, and you get this glorious hook to the spine, and it just keeps going up, and you're hearing the tear. You're seeing the blood, the way it sprays onto her. And it's just like, well, she clearly didn't do that. So obviously it's Candyman doing these killings, right?
Till he undoes her bonds.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It allows this, even though you watched it happen, which I love the setup. She says Candyman 5 times. They drag it out. And the doctor's kind of like, wow, she's fucking nuts. But then they cut the camera to her and she's like panicking, like, why is it not happening? And when the camera pans back over to the doctor and fucking Tony Todd's standing behind him, that was amazing.
It's so good.
It's so fucking good.
But he's also showing her footage from like how she's been there for a month.
When she was talking
look
to
at you.
Candyman. Yeah.
And she's talking to Candyman, and you have this amazing scene of Candyman like hovering above her, and he's still being very romantic.
I don't know if it's awesome. Seeing it again now, I was like, he's definitely hanging off of a wire and a harness.
I love that one. All right, I love that one. It's the one where after he kills the psychiatrist, and then he
goes out the window,
the window, and you see the wire tug him through the window.
Don't worry about that.
Yeah, that was him going bat.
I was like, okay, 92. Don't read too much into it, Charlie. But I was just like, that was the most ungraceful way to get
in my whole head. I'm like,
room.
why would Candyman exit that way?
There's ultimately a door to give her a way out, so it's believable.
And that's where I think it plays into. All right, now it sets up that she killed the doctor and she burst out the window to get out of there.
That's where the confusion in the hospital, how she's able to actually escape, is they thought she jumped out the window after killing the doctor.
Dude, she knocks out that nurse when she jumps up on her.
She does.
Boom! Out! Like, it was pretty cool.
Slams that nurse's head into the ground and steals her scrubs to be able to like blend in.
Nah, it's pretty awesome.
At the
Virginia
very
Madison is my favorite in this.
At the very beginning of that exchange, she's trying to convince the psychiatrist, like, I'm harmless. Why don't you undo these bonds? And that's where I think that he actually undid her bonds, and that's how she killed the psychologist.
Yeah.
It just wasn't shown on screen.
I think they definitely play on the, is it really a Candyman?
And that's where I always feel like this movie's a little rough on the edges, because I don't know. In a way, you don't have to explain to your audience, which is cool. You know, like
Mhm.
I don't need to know every single detail. I don't need a plot spoon fed to me, but it does kind of walk this weird line of like, well, is it her or is it Candyman?
It
Because
makes this conversation way more fun.
yeah, like,
Well, it does. Well, if
and
you
that's why
look
I'm
at it,
so excited for today for
Uh-huh.
this.
yeah, if you look at it another way too, is that we had the actual personification of Candyman at the beginning. It very well could have been Candyman influencing that guy to
Yeah.
keep the story
To
alive,
keep that fear there to let them know that he is always around.
and that guy was like way more accepting of it. So he just like, fuck yeah, I'm Candyman. Then he gets arrested. Now because the
He
other
needs a
kills
new vessel.
don't happen until now. You summoned me. We are one now because we go into Candyman's like temple, I guess we'll call it
His bat
What a
cave.
set.
God damn it, Nate.
What?
You're welcome.
But there's like offerings of candy, which is, but it's candy with like what we were always every kid's
razor
fear,
blades.
the razor blade in the candy bars and stuff like that.
Not once did I ever get
Never.
weapons or drugs in my candy as a kid.
You know what I did get? I did get dental floss. I did get toothpaste with little fucking
one time I got
toothbrushes.
like an apple.
Yeah, apples. Yeah.
I always expected an apple. I will say I always enjoyed getting an apple.
Cinnamon brown sugar Pop Tarts. The worst
Ew.
Pop Tart.
That is the worst Pop-Tart.
Oh, fuck you both.
Oh, you're going to come at me when you know that s'mores is a flavor that exists in the Pop Tart universe?
Ooh, I did not
You're
know
talking
this.
the nastiest flavor of Pop-Tart?
You put that Pop-Tart in a toaster and it's fucking golden compared to
Oh.
brown sugar cinnamon, which is like the white bread of
It's
fucking
Brown
Pop-Tarts.
sugar and cinnamon popped into not a toaster, but a microwave where it
What's
gets
next?
warm but soft,
Ugh.
and it's just like
Gross.
melts in your mouth.
You're
But
going
my
to tell
mom
me that
thought
brown
she
sugar
could get me.
cinnamon hot cereal is going to be the best one when we all know that bananas and cream exist?
Fuck bananas. Bananas
Fuck
are the worst.
you. You
fucking
know what? This whole
fruit.
podcast is
We're
officially
done.
over. We're
You're
done.
dead. We're done.
You're dead to me. I don't want you over for Christmas.
My mom, when they didn't have brown sugar cinnamon, thought, we'll get them s'mores and Charlie will like them. And I ate that motherfucker. It's the nastiest goddamn thing. And
Nah,
I could
'cause
I could still taste it.
Yeah, because it's that damn good.
No,
it
it's
just
not.
clings to your taste buds. On Thursdays, usually in the morning, when I get my Monster Energy drink and I get a fucking s'mores 2-pack Pop-Tart for my breakfast for work, and that's how you know it's gonna be a goddamn good day.
We have never been more divided on something.
Yeah.
In the
Oh,
history
yeah.
of the podcast.
Where's the technical difficulty bed? This
No,
is
because you know what? It doesn't even matter. Toaster strudel exists and it's 10 times better. We all know this.
Toaster strudels.
I will agree with
Yeah,
that.
okay, all right. We're all on the
They
same board with toaster
never
strudel.
give us enough
yeah.
icing, though.
No, what's the
Never,
deal? Why
never.
are they bogarting the icy? We
That's
know
why
they got
you
a
gotta
factory
you
filled
gotta
of
buy
it.
extra frosting on the side just to have that.
My mom would.
What, and they're in
In fact,
cahoots?
My mom would mix up extra confectionery
hot dogs
sugar.
and hot dog buns. You get 8
I
hot
saw a
dogs,
picture
6 buns.
where someone took a hot dog and they combined it with a hamburger, and they made the yin and yang of a hot dog hamburger combo. It was kind of gross looking.
My mom used to boil water in the morning for my lunchbox, and in my thermos would put like 3 hot dogs in the boiling water so that I would have hot dogs warm at lunch.
Oh.
And it was cooked.
All right.
And-
Hey, that's smart, but I'm also like, Charlie, how many hot dogs have you already had this morning?
Maybe 7. But what I would do, and I don't know why, but I would dip my hot dogs back into the hot dog water, and it was like a sauce.
Well,
and
that's
it was
what the Limp
fucking
Bizkit
delicious.
album was all about with the chocolate starfish and the hot dog flavored water.
It was
Now, I know
glorious.
you said 7, but I need you to be honest with me of how many hot dogs you've already had. Because I feel like you're low blowing me.
Yeah, I came in low. I came in low. I'm not lying. I like hot dogs, but yeah, It was brilliant, man.
This fucking kid pulling out a hot dog from his thermos.
The 3 of them.
And it's like a RoboCop thermos or something. Rambo. But
It was GI Joe. It's GI Joe Tiger Force. It was a blue lunchbox, and it had the boat on the
I'm
front.
also mad that I've never done this.
It was
hot dogs on the go.
It was still warm at lunchtime.
Sure. Yeah.
What were we talking about?
I don't know.
Candyman. Candyman's where we're at.
Hot Dog Man.
Hot Dog Man. That's a movie we should write. So yeah, I like the kill of the psychiatrist. That's when I finally start getting a more in-camera, visceral kill. It's still a little blocked because he's doing it from behind.
Yep.
So instead of going to gullet from the front, he's going from asshole to middle of the back. Ripping this guy
It would still
apart.
be painful because you got the starting point of the butthole, and then you just kind of move your way up with a hook.
It's like a sadistic
there's no
blood
edge on
eagle.
that. So
Yeah.
it's just ripping.
That was
right
my
through.
other issue was they always catch her with a knife, and any forensic pathologist would be like, this was ripped, guys, and the knife was not that dull. Did she use the handle? Because that's the wounds don't match the
because there's gonna be
weapon.
some lab guy going, okay, there was clearly a hook in the butthole, but she has a butter knife, and I just don't know how the butter knife went from butthole to the back of the neck. I cannot for the life of me figure that one out.
Because he's going through a binder of pictures going, see, that's what a hook through a butthole looks like.
Yeah,
there.
he's like, all right, that was
this one over
the hook
here
from the butthole of 88. That's from the book of butthole from 85. Like
the whole book is nothing but butthole trauma.
Yeah, he's got, because that's the butthole trauma book. Because you know how like all those lab guys always go, wait a minute, I've seen this kill before. And then they go to their bookshelf and they pull out the binder and go, see, this person used sage, and then they shoved it down this person's butthole.
Yeah. See, we watch way too much CSI back in the day.
That's all I'm finding
That's
out.
exactly what happened right there.
Like when I watch Dexter, now anything else I watch, I'm like, nope, blood patterns don't match.
You're right. So my other issue with this movie, there's a hell of a passage of time that
it really does have a lot of time go through, because like Candyman seems to kill everyone instantly that says his name, or so we're so to believe. But with her, he's like, I'm just going to draw this out as long as I can.
Yeah, and I think it was because of what we later learned that she looks like the girl, so it's like he has chosen her instead of just killing. But I'm also like, this dude's had to take care of this newborn baby for what seems to be a month and a half. And
easily.
Even watching the movie last night going, wouldn't the baby just starve? They show him feeding it honey as he goes. And I was like, well, thanks for answering my question. But I was also still like, who's changing the diaper? Who's doing all this other stuff?
Can you imagine trying to change a diaper with a hook for a hand and not trying to hook that baby's butthole?
One-handed. One-handed baby diapers. Yeah.
That's
what? There's a possibility.
I know it's not anything you're supposed to delve into, but they keep bringing the fucking kid up because they think she kidnapped it and hid it and murdered it or whatever. But
And that's where they're trying to get this information out of her.
They're trying to pin it on her, get it all out.
And they're like, we don't have a body yet.
Yeah, and Candyman's using it as bait. It's like, I will trade the child for you. You become my victim.
Always you, Helen.
Yeah. Almost kind of Wishmaster-y there, Nate.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
No. This is my Wishmaster, as you wish.
Pretty good.
That was good, too.
I have a little bit. I am Dudikoff. Wait, I'm not Dudikoff.
It's like you, the American Ninja Wishmaster.
As you wish, you want shurikens. But the shurikens are attached to your hands.
They're your nipples.
That's a Hellraiser monster.
Why we didn't get that? Why we
I
didn't
will
nipple
give
Hellraiser?
you nunchucks.
But they
but
only
the
smack you in
nunchucks.
the nuts.
Yeah.
You will, we call them nutchucks around here. It's a good bit. Me and the other gins.
Div off, by the way. It's div off. Okay.
Me and the other ninja divs. Div offs. Ninja div off wishmasters. We like to make everyone hit each other in the nuts with their nunchucks. It's a good laugh.
Nutchucks.
And whenever you hit yourself in the nuts, it goes ba-doing, and it makes the nut.
That's all I knew to do.
Right? That's how you reset me.
That's how I had to snap him out of it.
We had a hard reboot, Nate.
But so he's using the baby as like a bartering tool for Helen, and
this is
it really keeps. He's right on with what what Pete has been saying is who is actually in control and who is actually doing this, because we get all the way to this point where she goes to the temple. We get the scene everyone is waiting for in this movie. It's aside from the kills, the scene that everyone remembers, the bees, not Nick Cage's bees. But
oh my God, the bees?
Yeah, the bees.
The bees.
Tony Todd being covered in the bees. Again, I don't know if this happens in the second one, but I swore his chest cavity was filled with honeycomb.
Oh,
I think that is the second one, because the second one they actually
that's
splatter
neat.
him. Where this one, when he opens up his jacket, opens up his mouth. I mean, it's all real bees.
Yeah.
All 100% real.
And as
bees.
Fawn was telling me last night, they're like, he got paid $1,000 for every stung, and ended up with $23,000 at the end of it. I was like,
yeah,
ugh.
Over 3 movies, he got stung 26 times at $1,000 a sting.
And so 23 of them from this movie alone.
23 of them was this. Well, this is the one where he puts them in his mouth.
I say they're in his mouth.
Real.
He goes to make out with Helen, and so those are bees on Virginia Madison as well.
Yep.
But it's when he opens up that coat and reveals his chest cavity, and just the bees. Like, oh my God, it's such good prosthetic.
It's
effects.
amazing. And there's a bee wrangler that worked on every Candyman movie.
Yep. And
they couldn't afford him for the third one. He still was like, yeah, I got to be there. Like, I have to. I have to be part of it.
Yeah, because they didn't realize they didn't have that Sony money that they could have had.
The bees had their own trailer.
And they all had their own little mini bee sunglasses. And one of them was a real bee diva.
It was. But no, they actually, the bee wrangler, they kept them in their own thing. And the bee wrangler had to introduce Tony Todd to the bees. And there was I think it's in one of the commentaries where Tony Todd's like, yeah, he literally brought me in there and he spoke to the bees and introduced me to the bees. But he goes, honestly, it put me at ease. Like, okay, this is the guy to have here. Like, this guy knows what he's doing.
Yeah, it seemed like they had,
and he genuinely cares.
Yeah. They're also, they're juvenile bees that are just at the size of adult bees, but because they're juvenile, they don't sting as readily. Like, they're not as defensive.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why they were able to only get stung 23 times.
Probably
is
not
pretty
bad.
good.
Pretty good odds.
Got away with it. Yep.
But the scene is iconic in every, moments of horror. It's always shown. This is kind of
stuff that I remember, but then
I remember
movie as a whole. I'm like, yeah, dude, I definitely don't know.
I remembered the big painting of the Candyman with his mouth open.
Painting is great. It is.
Yeah,
it reminds me of
gorgeous and terrifying.
Is it a YOB album, a Yes album? It's one of those iconic album covers where it's like a mouth open.
Mm-hmm.
If you see it, you know it, kind of things. I just can't remember what band it is.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. No, it was like shit.
Is it Yes?
I don't think it was Yes. I know, but I know exactly the cover you're thinking of. Because it's almost done like a oil painting ish.
Yep.
Almost kind of reminds you a little bit more of the In the Mouth of Darkness movie VHS cover with the head that's stretched, but the mouth is wide open and it it looks like all distorted. Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. I don't know the name of it, but yeah, set dressing, everything in this movie is fucking fantastic.
The lighting, like when she first sees the painting and just the lighting, it just looks evil. There's moments where they do when she's talking or when she's like expressing or just kind of looking, they do that old like 1920s Dracula where the light is directly on her eyes, but it's the shadow above and below her. It's just like old school iconic horror filmography that I absolutely love being
And that
shown
was
in this.
something I'm glad you said that, because that was something I got a very heavy feel for. Was this felt like an old type storytelling, the old type movie, but updated. Like, definitely felt very Phantom of the Opera, very, this
Yeah.
almost like dramatic,
It's
the
urban
music playing.
gothic.
Urban
Yes.
Gothic, that's a great, I like
This is
that.
a gothic movie through and through, just in an urban setting
There
instead of an old
there is
European
a
castle.
scene that caught me, I don't wanna say off guard, but it caught me by surprise, and that's when he and her are almost like somewhat dancing. I did read that they took ballroom dancing classes
Oh,
before
very
the
cool.
movie to get this feel of being close and
I was
almost
gonna
like a
say,
love
because
story.
their chemistry is
It,
fantastic
it
in this movie.
it's wonderful. But there is a shot where it's a close up of Virginia Madison, and it's like the lights are kind of flashing on her, and Tony Todd's looking at her. There is a split second flash of her in the old style hairdo and makeup that we then see is from the picture that's painted on the wall. There
Missed
is
that.
a flash
Yes.
of her being the original Hell. They never say the name, but I always kind of took it as the original girl was also named Helen. Which
And I
just
think
ties
all
it
that is
more.
explained in part 2, but that's where they like move the
Again, I
story to
think
New
I'm
Orleans.
blending part
Mhm.
1 and 2 together because I've only ever seen them both once many, many years ago. So I know I have to be mixing those 2 movies in my brain. And I guess that's probably the better way to do it with part 2 is just take all
Yeah.
the good shit from part 2 and mix it into part 1 a little bit and you'll be fine.
Put a little bit in the blender, you're good.
But I loved all of the visuals of this all the way, through. I'm not a huge fan of this ending though. I want to go ahead and say that now with the bonfire.
I like
Uh
that the community comes together to kill Candyman. I love that. I think that is a fantastic, like, let's take our power back over our area because they believe that that little kid's like Candyman's in there. So they light all the torches to burn what looks like the most coolest bonfire I've seen since the Lost Boys. It's a big
lot of
ass
shit in it.
bonfire.
It's a
Yeah.
big ass bonfire that she actually goes inside of
To save the baby, which is what I
yeah.
like because then it also plays into she had the baby the whole time, but it's her,
Yeah, I think what
crawling through that rubble, or she's being burned alive to get that baby back to the mom to be like, look, it was not me this whole time. Like, I swear to you.
or
thing.
it was me the whole time and I'm sorry. Here's
Yeah.
the baby back.
Could be.
The I don't know. It just kind of feels, and I guess now that we're talking about it as there's 2 different ways to view this movie, maybe the ending does make a little bit more sense of why Candyman is kind of pseudo defeated at the end of this movie by being stuck inside the bonfire to be burned because he was burned originally. That's how they finally, after he was stung to death by bees, they burned the body and all this stuff. And I guess if you want to take it as, her having the Candyman moniker now, or she is now possessed by it, or now she defeated him, there's not a clear line. Not that I need it spoon fed to me, like we said, but I kind of want to know what your end goal was with this and not be 100%. Well, you decide what we were intending here. It just kind of kills the Candyman mythos a little bit for me.
Like I said,
at the
that's
end
that
of
rough
this.
around the edges
Yeah,
piece with it. you know?
I think you got it there. It's not bad. It's just a little rough as far as the storytelling goes, especially with the end of the movie, because we end up, at the funeral. I don't understand fully if it was supposed to be, I'm sorry about all this happening to the community, and she gives the woman the baby, that they then come and give her Candyman's hook.
All right.
Like in her grave.
That's a bad idea because we were talking about this last night. All right. You believe in this mythos as a community. Why are you going to give a dead person a hook? Why take the risk?
Yeah.
Because now
why take the chance?
Now she's going to haunt the white people.
Possibly.
Candyman's dead. They've exorcised
Now
him
you have to
from
say
their
Helen
community,
5 times.
and they've transferred the Candyman power into Helen.
Or the Candyman fear.
And now, yeah, because he's at the very end, Trevor is just terrified and fuck Trevor.
Fuck Trevor.
Especially at the end where after the funeral and he's back at the apartment and he's just like crying and like, oh God, I realized like I messed up and like she truly is gone.
Those
it's like
flashes
too
of her
late.
cooking dinner, like,
yeah.
Oh, what did I throw away?
Oh,
and all it shows me is he would perpetuate this whole thing forever. Like he's doing to his new girl what he did to Helen now.
Exactly.
That
He's a piece of shit forever and ever.
Yeah, you're never you can't change. You can put a
what do you want to bet?
A wolf in sheep's clothing, but you can't take the wolf out of the wolf.
Yeah, what do you want to bet? Helen was a side piece for him while he was married to somebody.
That
else.
was one of the things I was thinking too.
I guarantee you don't,
because he's so much older than the two girls.
She at one point was the 1 year younger student where he was hooking up with a year older student. You know, like that gross that he is.
Fuck Trevor. He's a piece of shit, which makes me happy at the end of this. But I don't think I like that it's Helen that comes out and kills him.
Oh,
I would have loved for it to be Candyman, but I do like that it's Helen. It's clearly sequel bait in a way where it's like
they don't
we
do
get a
it
sequel,
right.
we would get Helen to be the next Candyman character. But what always happens in horror movies, just like with Hellraiser with Clive Barker, hey, Pinhead was supposed to be like a one-off thing, but everyone attached to him, and you know what? That's what took over the franchise.
That's what the people want, yeah.
And the same thing happened here.
The curse of Clive Barker. I have this really kick-ass character. We're going to kill it off. And everyone's like, no, that was a kick-ass character.
That's actually
Clive
the kick-ass
Barker.
character we like, Clive. And
Like,
he's just like, I can't win.
He does an entire movie called Nightbreed where he creates so many fantastical creatures and a ton of lore. Everyone loves the goddamn masked slasher in that movie. That
the
is
one that's
supposed
just
to be
a man.
Right, it's just a normal dude, but that's what I have talked to other people about that movie recently, and they're like, "Oh yeah, the killer and the slasher in the mask." I'm like, what about all of the creatures he designed?
Wasn't
Clive Barker curse, man.
Cronenberg? Is that Cronenberg?
I think it was Cronenberg. Either Cronenberg or David Lynch. I can't remember which one.
I think
it's one of the two.
It's one of those two. I think
Spoilers of Horror just covered this.
Yeah,
and I know I listened to the episode.
I did too,
But I'll tell you right now, I'm drawing a blank because I don't remember all of Nightbreed.
Well,
much like this movie.
I haven't seen the right one either.
I was going to say you have to watch the correct one.
I've seen the director's cut. I know that much.
All right,
because that's the one that's always streaming these days. It's always director's cut.
It's the superior movie.
Yeah, it's just like Highlander 2 with whatever fucking cut is the good one.
And Virginia Madison.
Full circle.
But I don't know. To me, I guess I really just wanted it to always be the Candyman that was doing the kills in this movie. And I wanted Candyman to exact revenge. I don't know. I didn't want this cerebral of it being Helen, and now Helen is going to taunt and terrorize the young girl and put her through what she went through.
Yep.
It's like, okay, now we're just passing the curse on, other than Candyman sought out Helen because there was a tie to her. Hell, she could have been a descendant of the woman that
but
got
it ends
him
up being
killed.
kind of like what
into the Mummy
Candyman was
territory.
Yeah, it's like what Candyman was at the beginning of the movie, though, where he was just a person that comes and attacks, but now it does kind of carry this curse, this lingering it with Helen now. So it would be interesting to see if they would have made a sequel where Helen was the antagonist and that newfound girlfriend that doesn't ever wear a bra is the one that is now like, no, I swear I'm not the crazy one, just like she was. Now I'm starting to think maybe Trevor was the crazy one the whole time, because what are the chances this happening to two girlfriends?
He was the cursed one.
Yeah.
But
yes.
Because this is 92 and this movie feels like a precursor to A24 type horror movies, like
Yeah,
what they
okay.
call elevated horror. But I think this strikes that balance better where, yes, it's a smart, sophisticated horror movie, but it also knows to give you the goods, where like something like The Witch, where it's like people were the evil thing all along. Or there was another one called The Monster, and it was like alcoholism's what tore the family apart, not a monster. Isn't my college thesis movie so smart? That's what A24 does to me.
No, I know. A24. Sometimes they nail it, and then
Sometimes they hit a fucking dinger, and then other times you get a movie like It Comes at Night, and I go, I want my $10 back.
They did Northman, right? That was A24.
Yeah. They did Northman, fantastic.
I love that movie.
They did Green Room, fantastic.
Oh yeah.
I still need to watch that.
Oh,
I still
it's
need
so
to watch it.
good.
Jackie's
then
been wanting to watch.
Then they just poop out other things.
Poop.
Fucking Taco Bell poop.
Speaking of poop, that fucking
the bathroom.
bathroom.
You could smell it.
Once you realize that Sweets for the Sweets was written in poop, I was like,
yeah.
Oh,
chunky poop. Lots of chunky poop.
There's a lot of corn. Lots of corn. When did I have corn?
Someone went to KFC and they only ordered a bucket of corn.
Oh, bucket of corn. And she goes in it. Nasty.
There she touches the toilet. The only toilet that's just as bad as that toilet is the one Desperado.
Ooh, that Desperado toilet.
Those are the two worst toilets. If Leo were to go into any of those bathrooms, he would instantly drop dead from a heart attack.
No, he would Thanos and dust. He just
as soon as the poo stench goes up his nostrils,
he
just goes, I don't feel so good, Mr. Stark, and then just dust.
Leo just turns to a bat, disappears.
Steven's holding him. He's like, don't go. And Leo's like, it's too late.
I don't feel so good, Mr. Steven. All right,
Leo's going to die.
Let's get into the things. And as Pete pointed out earlier in the movie, this is a very low body count for something. There is a lot of gore in this movie and a lot of aesthetic of gore.
There's some good blood sprays.
There's some good blood spray. Even his lair kind of feels bloody almost a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, only 6 people die and a dog. So that's all that's in this one. It's effective. I still wanted to see more, but again,
I feel it's scarier that you didn't see it.
Yeah, that's where I'm at with you, Pete. I'm right there with you.
Mm-hmm.
Not with the brown sugar cinnamon fucker.
Are you really want to go down?
Are we doing this again? You really want to bring this up again?
What, really?
Thought we had a truce.
I'll turn this.
I thought we had a toaster
around.
strudel treaty.
Did you hear me? Shut up back there.
We did. You're the one that brought it back up. Totally lost my train of thought on that. So yeah, there's only 6 kills. I do wish it had been a bit. Again, I had a predication of it's a Clive Barker movie. I know what I was going to say. You guys keep throwing this word around with this movie, scary. I am not scared by movies anymore. I mean, flat out. And honestly, I've looked back and I go, have I ever really been scared? Like in a movie? No.
I think my definition of scary isn't so much like, oh God, I gotta have the lights on. it's more of like I just think that's a good scary tale. That like
Okay. I'll
that's what
accept
I
that.
mean. You
I'll
know,
accept
like
that.
when I say scary, it's just like God, like the idea of waking up covered in blood and not knowing what happened to
Ugh.
me is a scary thought.
Mhm.
Doesn't scare me to watch it.
You're not a woman, Nate, so you've never had to
Well,
experience
that's the
that.
other thing. Like I wake up and I'm like, whoa, I got these bazongas and I'm covered in blood. What is happening?
I think so. I watched Witchfinder General the other day, and that's a horrifying movie, and it was full of dread. It was very scary because of the subject matter, and that shit was really happening. Was I biting my fingernails in fear? No. So
See,
I kind of see what you're
never,
saying.
yeah, I've never experienced that with a movie. Now, I've watched movies that make me hate things like clowns, but that's just
Well, that's because they were from outer space and they were killer.
those clowns and the poltergeist clown. Those you can go fuck themselves.
The outer space ones got me. Oh, the one with the
yeah.
boxing gloves. God damn it, I hate him.
The
So
one
good.
holding
so
the dude on his lap as a ventriloquist dummy. Fuck that movie. So yeah, 6 people die. Let's talk about our favorite.
What do you think? Zombie kill of the week?
I want to go first. Trevor is my kill of the week.
There you go. That's fair.
I want Trevor to die this entire movie. It is fairly brutal because they show it from the torso up of her running the hook up through him. But when the chick opens up the door while fucking holding the knife and Trevor's laying in the bathtub and his nuts are in his fucking chest. It's satisfying for me. And I think that's my kill in this movie. I love that Trevor dies.
Fantastic. Pete, what's yours?
I'll piggyback on Charlie. I love that death. It's so very satisfying. But my favorite stunt in this is the poor actor who's crawling out of the fire on fire.
Yeah.
And if you look, you don't even have to look very closely. It's totally a dude in a wig. And it's
100%.
funny.
And it's only a wig for a little while till it's like stuck to his head.
The fire blanket over him, and then they reveal that now
it's Virginia Madison in makeup, which is good effect.
But this
good way
guy's
to cut
crawling with fire on top with a beam that's on fire, and his back is on fire, and his wig is on fire,
holding a fake baby. So like he's like belly crawling with his elbows. I mean, it's
it made me giggle because it's totally a guy. But I'm also watching it going, this guy's actually on fire. I love that scene. So, but yeah,
real stunts. That was something I read that the director was very specific to the special effects people going, look, I don't want a lot of visual effects. I want practical effects.
The two effects that I'd like complain about in this is during the fire when all the bees come out, like that CGI.
Yeah,
exactly. At 92, it has not aged the best. And then when you have the bees going through like a locust plague in Chicago at the very beginning.
Oh, the very front. Yeah.
Yeah. Like those are the two, but it's like, it's a product of the time. I'll forgive it. That's a little glaring.
They did say the very, which I did like the opening. It's an overhead shot of Chicago, like
I
directly
love that opening.
Overhead. They said that was one of, I don't know if it's the first because I remember saying in something else we've covered that it was the first use of the sky cam, but they said this was the most balanced shot from a sky cam. Like there's zero jiggle or anything or bounce. So I'm pretty sure we've seen it in another movie and I can't remember what it was, but this was like, they go, we were one of the first. So that means you weren't the first, you were one of the first, but it's the first one that there is no movement,
like a steady cam, essentially.
Yeah, it's very steady cam.
That's awesome.
And it's awesome. I just hate that all of the fucking credits come in as if I'm getting ready to watch an action movie. They all
they do.
come in from the side, come
like
in from
Speed.
the bottom. I was like, this is the most non-horror opening shot I have ever seen in a horror movie. Nate, what's your favorite kill?
I'm getting a little loose with it. I've already talked about how much I adore the scene. I'm gonna technically pick the dog just because of how effective that is.
Yeah.
You don't see it. I hate animal violence, but my God, that whole setup of that scene is so gorgeous, is so haunting. Like,
It's a
yeah,
good looking rubber dog head
it's a
too.
good
There's a
looking
head.
dog head.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I
real
just
good.
and like I said, there are certain movies like Interview with a Vampire. I think has some of the best blood in a movie. Like
Oh,
certain
interesting. Okay.
colors,
All right.
certain the
Yep.
way it looks, and that's what this is to me. Like it's just the way it looks, the way it sounds. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. I think it should count. Yeah, I don't think
I hate that that's mine, but yeah, I mean it's too good for me
it's
to
the
pass up on.
most visceral visual.
It's
one.
a
It really
holy
is.
shit.
Yeah, it's actually it's elevated because of the scene and the acting as well.
Yep.
So
The-
there's a
the
whole
amount of
lot to
blood
take in.
everywhere.
God, she's slipping.
Oh, yeah.
And just
Yeah.
falling all over with the
She can't
panic of
stand
the
up too good because
mom.
she's slipping in it. Yeah.
You're trying to focus, and the camera is very smart in how it's moving. Not shaky cam chaotic, but very chaotically. Like you're like almost as if you're seeing it through Virginia Madison's eyes, and she's like trying to
Yes.
look at the crib, but it's too much is
Trying
moving,
to
and you
piece together what's happening.
yeah, you can't make out, is that a baby in there? Is it what's going on?
But
Did they-
yeah, it's
did they
not
kill it.
Jason Bourne where it's like, oh my God, I can't see anything. You're just doing this to like add to the intensity, and all you're doing is making me hate you more.
You're just pissing me off in this
Yeah.
movie. I should like the Bourne movies, but
I know.
I was like, all right, let's
I
rate
don't
this.
remember
bad boy.
any of them.
Guys, it's okay. He just wanted his machete back. Whew.
Well, let's have you go first again, Charlie.
I've struggled with this. I watched it last night, and again, thinking I knew what came, a week ago. Yeah, I know Candyman. I could tell you about Candyman, and watch it last night going, I don't know shit about Candyman. It's a little rough for me. I get it. I get the iconicness of it. He is the first and still the only black killer, like even as an icon.
Really?
You got me tilting my head, but I think you're right. Yeah.
Think about it. Because we can't, I don't count things like Tales from the Hood or anything
that's
like
fair.
that. I'm talking about, hell, even just a one-off now. Maybe
well, no, there's Snoop Dogg and Bones.
I don't count that.
I count Snoop Dogg.
I was just getting ready to say maybe some more on the independent level there might have been, but as far as mainstream,
I mean, does Blackula count?
No.
Blackula's great.
Like
Blackula's great.
Count.
That
Blade
movie's a
doesn't
lot of
count.
fun.
This is like Tony Todd's still sitting there alone right now. So I have to give it credit for
even things
blazing
like
a trail.
Jordan Peele, like the
it's ensemble. It's multiple people.
I'll be damned.
Yeah,
That's so
really
crazy when you think about it.
It's kind of wild. I never would have guessed, because I guess it's one thing where we've talked about why haven't, it feels like we haven't done a whole lot of movies that are central around, black culture and stuff like that. It's like, it's not a lot. They're usually the victims. They're usually the first ones to die. Now, Scary Movie makes the joke about that.
I'll let the audience know that Black Dynamite is now officially on the list. So,
it's definitely on the list.
It's on the list.
We've done
Eddie Murphy and Vampire. What was that?
Vampire in Brooklyn.
Vampire in Brooklyn.
Yep.
Does that count?
But I mean, we've done stuff on the action side. We've done Beverly Hills Cop. Speaking of Eddie Murphy, and stuff like that, and Carl Weathers has been on. But it was just kind of wild that we haven't delved into it, and that's what got me thinking. Like, well, who else is there?
Yeah.
And I went, there really isn't any. Not to this level for sure.
That bums me out for sure.
Yeah. It's kind of wild. Back to my rating. I enjoyed this. I don't know if I'll watch it again.
Interesting. Okay.
So, no, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say rate it, and then I got a question for you. Actually,
okay. I think I'm going. It feels mean to say it, but it's not mean. I have to do this based on how I perceived it. I'm giving it like a 7.5.
It's still not hateful. 7.5 is a
I
recommend
don't
and
feel
watch
like
and you liked.
Yeah, I
You know?
believe it has earned everything it has. Personally, I had issue. I wanted to see more. The story gets a little disjointed as it goes on, and I
the action
guess
side of you too wants to always see all the gore, so I get that.
Yeah, I do.
Now,
The
my
Clive
question
Barker side
is-
of me wants to see the gore.
Yeah. Now, my question is, you had your daughter watch this last night. What was her thoughts?
So, yeah, as everybody knows,
She's perfect age for this.
She literally, it was her birthday yesterday when we watched this. I know this is 2
Ah,
weeks,
happy belated.
2 weeks after, but she turned 15. And I asked Jackie, I said, should we have her watch Candyman? From my memory, there was no nudity or anything, overtly sexual.
There's
Yeah,
nudity,
yeah.
but not
Yeah, I
sexualized.
don't
It's
count that.
so it's so human,
It is. So I didn't count that. Which is, I'm glad, I'm proud of all three of us for not being like, ooh, boobs, because that was in there. This was not in a sexual manner. But anyway, we had Chloe watch it last night, and she got done. She's like, I liked it, but I didn't like the baby part in this. She goes, I didn't like that they involved a baby. And I was like, wow.
Interesting.
That's what makes it scary.
Now, you really, like, when you watch the Legacy sequel, you got to have Chloe watch it as well, because, like, I think just because now it's a modern movie for that target audience.
So that's a good idea. That may be something we try to do. Actually, it's on Prime Freevee right now. So
perfect.
We can pull that up.
And
but yeah,
it's only like an hour and 28 minutes. It flies by in a breeze.
They didn't make a 2.5 hour Candyman movie. I'm in.
This movie is only an hour and 35 minutes long.
Yeah,
and it packs in so much plot and feels so effortlessly, and that blows my mind.
Chloe, Pete, I get it. I understand why you say that word. It just always strikes me odd that she was not scared whatsoever in this movie. The only time she jumped was the completely telegraphed jump scare of when Virginia Madison goes into Candyman's lair and Brenda or Bernadette is on the other side of the bathroom smoking a cigarette, and they keep the camera on Bernadette, but it's also showing the medicine cabinet, and it's like drawn out. And then Virginia Madison pops out of the medicine cabinet. Chloe jumps. She's like, oh. And I was like, oh, they got you with that? Oh my God.
I'll admit the one that got me is when Virginia Madison's at the medicine cabinet and then Candyman's hook pops through.
Yeah.
Oh, that one
got me. Yeah.
I remembered that scene, but I did read they didn't tell Virginia Madison they were doing that.
It was such a good
she
jump
was supposed
scare.
to open it up, and like they were like, oh, this is going to be a very high tension build. You're going to open it up thinking about the Candyman and shit like that. And they didn't tell her the arm comes through. And they said she got so scared she ran off set. She just took off. I was like, that's hilarious. Shit, this was weird too. I was reading on it. She says they used hypnotism on her.
I didn't quite understand that when I read it. I wasn't sure.
I didn't like, because the one dude that directed this, he was like, no, he didn't. But she has been like, still even now, adamant that they had used hypnotism.
Maybe they
on
hypnotized the director to forget that they used hypnotism, but then they made sure that she remembered that she was hypnotized.
Maybe they hypnotized her to think she was hypnotized.
Fucking
but
magicians.
didn't hypnotize her. All right,
Pete,
that's
what you
mine and
rating
Chloe's digging this.
Make it short and sweet, gang. This is a 9. I think this is an iconic film. I think everyone should watch it, and I think everyone should have a great conversation like we've had about it.
This has been a great conversation.
This is not a surface level slasher. This has a lot to say about a lot of things, and there's a big conversation to have around it, not just socially, but what is actually happening in the film. I've had a blast talking about it today.
There is almost no levity in this movie whatsoever.
Not a joke.
There's
not a joke told in it.
no jokes, no wink at the camera.
I think the jump scare thing is played as a jump scare, but then you're supposed to kind of almost laugh, like, okay, you got
anything,
me, because
the
she's
unintentional.
smiling when she comes out,
Yeah,
because she knows she scared her friend.
But that's what any friend would do. The unintentional
Mm-hmm.
comedy is Ted Raimi.
Yeah,
that's the only thing that's
Maybe
funny
that's
in this
the
movie.
joke.
And
that's the
it's
most
just because
terrifying thing in this
Ted
movie.
Raimi is so goddamn lovable.
He really is. I can never get, when I see Ted Raimi, like, I know he's known for like the Evil Dead movies and shit like that. I will still never get the image out of my head of him and Darkman, with Darkman using him as a puppet up out of the manhole cover, and then he gets hit by the truck, because they made a dummy Ted Raimi, and it's so fucking funny. I immediately picture that the entire time. Nate, what are you ranking Candyman?
It's a movie. Like I said, this is not. So when you think 90s horror, you think Scream. You know, like
not
to
me. I still swear it's 2000s. Fuck Scream coming out in the 90s.
Or like Event Horizon. You have these fun horror movies, Dead Alive, but this is one of those, like with Jacob's Ladder, or like with God, what's one of the Exorcist 3. There are these other style horror movies that were much more personal, dramatic, but still effective and scary in their storytelling. And that's what this is. If you were to like, hey, what do you remember of Candyman? And in my head, like, oh, as a kid, like, that's a 10. It's so terrifying. Knowing I still kind of have same what we've talked about today, it's for me an 8.5 that could be convinced up to a 9 very easily. Just because of that rough around the edges. But I'm gonna go with 8.5. I bought the Shout Factory Blu-ray that has tons and tons of special features, interviews, new commentaries. I want to dig into all of it, because both discs all have separate things, because it's got the theatrical and the director's cut. And the director's cut just shows a couple extra seconds of blood. That's it.
I was gonna say, what I must have only seen.
I had to look it up, because I was like, what's different? Other than me thinking I got Ted Raimi not getting killed and being Mandela, it turns out it's just some couple extra shots of blood that the studio heads cut, just couple here and there.
Weird.
But
fucking
yeah,
studios. Fuck
exactly. But 8.5 for me, solid. I think this is
Nice.
one of the best horror movies of the 90s,
Easily.
especially for a decade that it's got some bad movies. Looking at you, Urban Legend. Can't wait to cover you.
Oh, do we have to?
I think the opening kill.
I know
the
what you did
opening
last
kill
summer.
is great in that movie.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
I thought Urban Legend was 2000s.
It might be 2000, but
Was
in my
it?
head, it's like 98.
That was the start of the CW cover
Exactly.
horror
Well,
movies.
It continued the Scream trend, like right after. I
All
know what
the
you did last summer.
Beautiful young people.
Exactly.
Because Scream came out in 2000s.
Urban Legend was 98. See, we're old.
Oh, right at the tail end. God damn it. But yeah, I believe we're all 100% fair with this movie, and I want to agree with Pete. This movie is iconic. I mean, it deserves all of the accolades.
Why?
And,
it's our Halloween pick. I mean, when you're listening to this, it's a couple days right before Halloween. So happy Halloween, everyone. This is a perfect spooky movie to throw on right now for October.
I love
it. It was a good way to cap off our haunted movies month.
No, I think excellent pick, Nate. You did
done
fantastic.
But
that's me going off into the sunset.
That's right. He's like, that way we don't have to.
Vampires aren't supposed to do that.
No, they're not.
They're not.
More Pop-Tarts.
Well,
all right. Do you have a trash opinion for this?
Do I ever, buddy?
I'm the trash man. I come out, I throw trash all over the ring, and then I start eating garbage. And then I pick up the trash can and I bash the guy on the head.
Oh, that's going to be a disaster.
All right. This comes from Gopamar back in 2009, who gave this a 1 out of 10 and said, the worst film I have ever seen, even the worst genre. The most stupidest film ever made. And I'm saying this to the director. Why can't you go do some other business than filmmaking? Please don't waste people's time and money. This goes to all the people who comment on, though. Guys, Please stop giving fake ratings on the films, which are good for really nothing. You all know that. I literally wasted my precious hour and 30 minutes on this worst film. We really rely on the comments which have been given by the users. Please try and make it genuine. This goes to the worst 250. I don't think this even deserves it. Worst script, worst acting, worst everything. This man gave absolutely no review.
That feels like a troll. That feels like
it feels like someone just trying to poke the bee's nest.
Yeah.
I see what you did there.
You see what I did there? Yeah, I can be clever sometimes.
That's more of a joke I would expect from a brown sugar and cinnamon man, but you know,
You
we'll take
son
it.
of a bitch! You take those words back.
You knock it off.
Never!
Both of you.
Well, that's Charlie escaping.
That's right.
Charlie, do you want to let the fine people know what we're doing next week and what the whole theme is for next month in November?
For someone that hated themes all year, he's really excited for this one.
Well, it's because we came up with this theme back in March.
True. Yeah.
We did. We kind of racked our brains. We had some original ideas for what we were going to theme November. Everybody does Thanksgiving. Yes, we could have actually covered Eli Roth Thanksgiving. I didn't want to. We decided that for November, we're going to do ninjas. It is Ninja November.
For no good reason. Well, I guess
no good reason other than
that it's Ninja.
Ninja November. It rolls off the tongue.
I tried to throw out that we do N-word November, and this is what we came up with. It was ninja.
Yeah, you kept going about the
N-word
double N's. I was like,
November.
ooh.
They kept looking at me weird, and I was like, ninja, guys, what the hell were you thinking? But no, next week, wow. I'm really excited we're covering this movie coming up. Technically, it's a Nate picked it, but Charlie was 1,000% behind it. We are doing Ninja 3, The Domination, about a ninja that possesses a woman.
There's a ninja exorcist in this movie.
There's a ninja exorcist.
I'm telling you right now, it's one of the greatest movies ever made.
It is. It's made by Canon, one of the greatest B studios out there for our B episode. And to carry on the B part, I am bringing on my boys from B Action, and we are all covering Ninja 3, The Domination. It's going to be a blast. I already know it's going to be fun because I know this movie. I already know the second one I'm a little worried about. Nate has picked a movie. Doesn't have ninja in the title, apparently. I let that one get by me, but we're doing Blood Beat. It's a ninja
about
horror
a woman
movie.
who finds a ninja outfit and then the ninja possesses her to go on a killing spree. We haven't seen it, but the story, the plot, I mean, it's sold.
Nate started off on a possession theme, I guess, apparently, with ninjas. I didn't know it was a whole nother subgenre.
Because she finds a ninja suit in a closet at her relative's, puts it on, and the ninja takes over her body.
I'm down for this.
I am excited to watch it. But don't worry, if that movie sucks, Charlie made sure to stack the deck in our favor. We are covering one of my all-time favorite ninja movies. We are doing Ninja Assassin.
Yeah,
quite possibly the bloodiest movie.
Yeah. Damn good ninja movie.
So good. And then we let Pete pick one.
Yeah.
All I have to say
Pete got
about
one.
this, all I gotta say is that I followed directions.
You did.
Ninja had to be in the title.
And it had to be a horror movie, which was damn near impossible because I picked the only one that we knew about.
and I found one.
He did.
And
we are covering Ninja, the Violent Sorcerer. Yep.
We'll see.
We all just made the same face everyone listening did.
It's
totally
like,
fine.
okay, we will see.
Yeah. When we get to it, I'll
He'll apologize later.
I need to prime your brains before you watch this one.
Okay. But that is our November. We are doing Ninja November. It's going to be a lot of fun. Man, this year's flying by, boys.
Yeah.
We're getting ready to start November. So, All right, we have covered Candyman. That is the end of our month of horror.
Happy Halloween, everyone. Just
Good
happy
job,
Halloween. Everyone just
You did
enjoy some candy and spooky movies and candlelit sessions. I don't know. Whatever you do,
That's right.
go have fun.
Have fun with it.
Bonfires, movies in the backyard if you can.
Be safe. Don't turn into a bunch of bleats and,
Hey.
drink in moderation.
Make sure you put more razor blades in the Snickers than you usually do.
That's right. Because apparently we're not getting any.
There's not enough razor blades in the candy right now.
Let's not get enough. Please don't do that. Give me back my
Yeah,
action
actually,
horror
for a
movies. Does not
lawyer
condone
action,
that.
we do not condone razor
We do
blades
not
and
support
candy.
the idea
Yeah,
of
actually, don't
sharp
do it.
implements and hypodermic needles
I can't be held
or anything
liable.
like that. He can, actually. It's in his contract.
No,
We can
I
blame
just
Nate
said that
for
I can't,
everything.
so that means I can't.
All right. Okay. We done, boys?
Yes, we are.
All right. Nate, get us out of here with the good word.
Yeah, s'mores Pop-Tarts are the best Pop-Tarts, and it's officially
son
the
of a bitch!
sponsor of
You
Give
get
Me
it,
Back
you
My
gotcha.
Horror Movies
The
and
hell
Give Me
they
Back My
are.
Action Movies. And
Brown
for
sugar.
everyone to
Brown
go
sugar
and vote
is superior.
for s'mores and put it in the toaster.
Microwave.
No,
and
put
it's
it in the
soft
microwave.
and
Are you wanting a
gooey.
soggy Pop-Tart, or do you
Yes,
want a nice
it's not
cooked-
soggy. It's
you only put it in there
softer.
for a minute in the
It's
toaster.
like a fresh baked cookie. It is amazing.
If you want your cookie made with rat turds, then you want the cinnamon sugar one. But if you want a nice fluff, a nice marshmallow fluff, you're going to want the s'mores.
On
And
the
then
wall,
also, while
that
you're
poop was
eating that,
used s'mores Pop-Tarts.
poop
That's
is
what they used to
responsible
put
for
on the wall.
so many deaths of cinnamon sugar eaters. And you know what?
Not-
the s'mores
that has
eaters, they're
never
going to
been
listen to
proven.
Flicks and Friends
You
episode
cannot put
of the
that
Little
on
Shop
me.
of Horrors. That way we
There's
get some
still
Segali
studies
episodes in
being done.
November. And so then all
No
you're going
one
to do
cares
is you got a
about your
Little Shop of
Segali's
Horrors.
episodes. So far, we haven't even done one Segali episode. No one
Dustin
cares about
won't
your
give me
Segali.
any numbers. Dustin hasn't told me anything. I mentioned it to him, like, how's it doing? He goes, it's doing. I'm like, what's that mean? Why won't you just tell me how many
This
downloads?
is gonna
Are you trying
be-
to keep a surprise for me on how many Segalis we got coming? 2010 Segal only in 2010.
This is going to be a bigger bust than when Pop-Tarts unveiled s'mores Pop-Tarts.
You do not.